Hello everyone, Editor Feederism here. This clip is a bit all over the place because I talk about a lot of things that I would like to do with my YouTube channel, including Weightgain games, talking about my personal fears of being a creator in this small community, as well as talking with some people in chat who apparently have been in this Weightgain community since '97.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I just really wanted to put this sort of video out as a summary of things that I want to do and see how the community reacts towards it. So feel free to share this video, drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment of what you would be interested to see going forward, outside of my Twitch clips and highlights. But I already fed you all enough information for now. So let's go straight to the video. As I was asking chat, like, what game would you guys like me to play regarding Weightgain? Optimally, if it was free, it would be great. No, because if I go to Weightgain Gaming, there are like a lot of games that I can try and play. I was like more curious if you guys had like what that you would really like me to play and watch a video of it. There was one recently that came out that my partner really liked and actually wanted me to play. It's something Joker? Don't Fear the Jester, that's it. I haven't seen anything about it because I'm planning on going it blind. And one that I also really would love to play, it's the Snack Rooms. Oh, wow, it actually got 1.5 million views on Gwen? Wow, that's quite insane. Oh no, YouTube recommended. Oh no. Oh, I see. YouTube recommended this to weird ass people, got it. It's a little problem, is like, if this kind of content goes out of your little bubble, it's a nightmare. But I had no idea it had so many views. I'm actually fucking worried to play the game. Honestly, one of the reasons why I'm kind of scared to... Because my partner really wanted me to do like weight gain content. When I mean weight gain content, is like... talking about weight gain and feederism and kind of explain to the world what it is. But the problem is like people nowadays, I don't know if it's a good environment to do that because now everyone seems to be in a fight mode. Everything is fucking aggressive and just people are rude. It's just a different kind of place. The internet, it's very strange nowadays, and I don't know if I have the capacity to actually do it. I would love to, but I don't know if I'm capable of doing it. The only way for you to combat any kind of hatred is to have like a big solid community, but we are petite despite being huge fellas compared to many other things. We are kind of small, so I'm a bit worried to partake in those sort of things. Because I would love to do a podcast with people, ask like, oh, how you got your kink, and basically like, you know, speak more with the community and learn how people got into this, and basically to give a more human side to the community. Because I've always wanted to do that. I don't know if you guys know who Anthony Padilla is. He has like a channel where he talks about people with specific diseases and problems, and even interviews YouTubers. And I really like that content of like putting a human perspective onto what people don't know. But nowadays, the world is so divided, so fucking angry, that I don't think that what I want to do would thrive in this sort of environment. So I can't deny I'm a little bit scared to do it. But I believe Trixie and Juan told me that Only Sniff did some interviews with Weighgain artists and stuff. And I would love to do that, but at the same time, it's just so kind of grandiose and out there, and I don't want to bring negativity to the community. So like, if for example, if any of my, I don't do interviews, but imagine if one of the interviews that I'm wanting to do goes like extreme, and then suddenly the person that I interviewed or spoke with gets like a bunch of hate. I don't want that, like, at all. So I I don't know. I would love to do this, but at the same time, the way that the internet right now is, I don't know if it's a safe environment where people would like to partake in it and talk about it. The review series, yeah, it's so fun, and I would like to do something like that. The only issue is just like I said, I'm just worried. Again, I believe Molo keeps saying that I shouldn't be so scared to do it, and I should like f around and find out more. But at the same time, I just don't want people to come and be awful and basically destroy my reputation and community because I just wanted to, you know, bring more light into this sort of content, because a lot of people see Feeders as like horrible person, and I'm not going to change minds for sure. Like, if people think that way, I don't think I will be changing it, no matter like what I try to do. But at the same time, I would like to try, but I'm just too scared to do it. Just said, yeah, I get it's fine, I ever want to be famous. Yeah, like, I don't really want to be famous. I think it's just a misunderstood thing, and me growing up and people judging and hearing a lot of videos of people saying how awful feeders are and everything. It's just that if we all stay in the dark, no one wins, if you think about it. Because if we all stay in the dark and we don't know the consequences of weight gain and some, you know, more bad apples in the community, it just becomes a mess. And I say this because in the community we have to admit there are a lot of feeders that are not great people. They, instead of going after feedies, some of them go after the average person, trying to corrupt them. And sometimes it does work, it's a good ending and everyone is happy. But so many other times that I've heard that just went very badly. Yes, there are some feeders that are indeed horrible people that seek and prey on people that don't know and try to convert them. But there are so many feeders that are the opposite. They just seek feedies and they want to make sure that the person they are with likes the same things they do. Pablo said, I love feeders. Most are pretty kind of loving. I think there is a bad people everywhere and people only focus on bad. Because the thing is, like, I heard this talk regarding other things. I'm not gonna go there. Because there is so many people talking about the bad, because the good ones are not speaking up and being loud. But I don't know how true that is. Because when I searched about Feederism, there was maybe a few people doing it, but not a lot. It's definitely not as common and more known as the people who are hating. Maybe because hate is stronger than love, which is also sad to talk about, but it's true. But said yes, ironically, I met more female feeders in person than male, to be honest. Yeah, and that's the thing. People forget that there can be women feeders. People are just so focused on male feeders, then they forget that there are like female feeders and male feedees. Because I think also societally is more acceptable. You go talk about society again. We live in a society. But I think society is more acceptable of a woman being a feeder than a man. Because I don't know if you guys ever heard the concept of like, oh, we win a man's love by their belly. You know, so it's always been alright for women to fatten men than it is for men to fatten women. Because it always comes from like, oh, women can do no wrong. Women just want to fatten men because they just like to cook and they like to feed their husbands or whatever. So I think societally is more acceptable. And it's also more acceptable for men to be fat than women to be fat. So this is a weird fucking cycle of, again, women being feeders and men being feedy. That's more like okay societally, despite feederism being not okay in society by their standards, than it is for a man, a male feeder, to like and fatten women. Just an observation that I noticed. Again, I'm new to feederism. I mean, I've only been here kind of recently, I would say. Maybe a year or so I've been in the community, I guess. So I'm not a veteran by any means. I'm a newbie. But I didn't notice that people are okay with fat men. I mean, they're not really okay, but it's more societally acceptable for men to be fat. Despite, funny enough, it's easier for a woman to be fat due to biology, which is so fucking ridiculous. It's like, what makes sense? Doesn't make sense. It's... I don't understand society sometimes. I don't want to be the joker of like, oh my god, we live in a society. I just don't understand certain things. It's just weird. Oba said, I've been in the community since... What? How old are you? Sorry, I always think everybody's like around 20 years old. 97 is when I was born. Yeah, me and SSBBWJ? I never heard about that one. Again, I'm pretty noob. I don't know a lot about stuff. So if like older folk that are in the community for longer want to like teach me about important people in the community and stuff, feel free. I mean, only recently I discovered that Professor Dr. C was an OG when it comes to like Weightgain art. I had no f***ing idea. And also my partner did not know who they were. But then Orange Horse spoke about it, saying that they commissioned Professor Dr. C, and I'm like, years ago, and I was like, wait, what? Holy shit! I just did not know, bro. Like, there's, despite it being like a kind of maybe small community, there's just so much stuff like to unravel. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I know fetishes have been existing for longer than we think about it, but it's like 97 when I was born. Damn, that's insane. Professor been around for... What? Holy shit, I feel so petite right now. I'm surrounded by veterans and I did not know. I've been living my life not knowing that so many chads in my chat are OGs. Because again, I've had this fetish for like many years. I just been suppressing it for so long and being away from the community for so long. So I'm pretty new with a lot of things. So I don't know a lot about the history of Feederism and anything. I say sorry about Feederism is like the community online from like DeviantArt, because again I know more about DeviantArt, but even so, like, wow. Axel Rose, Ceiling, Game Over, Revolver, Metal Forever, been around for about 20 years. And the American Dream, Saxon have been around for 30 years? Do they, but like, are they do they like draw? Or is like something different? They're artists. 30 years! I'm not even 30! Holy shit! Well said, I'm literally baby. Then what am I? I'm a fetus? I don't even have the right to speak. I'm not even born. You're older than me? Yeah, but I'm talking about community-wise. Like, you probably have been in this community like longer than I did, Molo. I'm talking about community, not actual age. Although the one being around like 30 years, it's kind of insane. We've been goofing around here ever since I started my Twitch, so around a year. That's how fresh I am. I'm in this community. I can go to my page since I'm already here. I don't have any weird things. So 2 years? I thought it was a year. 2 years? 2023 that I was in this community, so kind of 2 years that I've been in the Weightgain community. So yeah, I'm kind of like, I knew about Weightgain, but like I said previously, I've been like on and off. I would sometimes search my favorite character and sometimes I would find Weightgain art. But I never been really into the community because of like prejudice and family members not really being supportive about it. So, and friends as well. So I basically went to college, university. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find the receipts. Okay, my receipts. When did I finish university? 2018? Yeah, I finished university in 2018. So around 2018, I actually decided to search for like Weightgain stuff and Feederism, and I went on Phoebe. I think it's Phoebe, that's what's it called. Phoebe, which is like a dating website for people that are like Weightgain and stuff. So I basically went on Phoebe. I found Wildland Whale on Phoebe. We started speaking, and then I think it was like 3 months later we started dating. And I didn't really partake in the community because despite me being in a Weightgain relationship, I felt that I was like a horrible person for being a feeder. So despite me being with him since 2018. I've only actually began being okay with Feederism in 2003. Yeah, 2003. That's when I was like more okay with it. Although when we first met, I bought like 12 donuts and I fed him, but I was very afraid to partake in any weight gain stuff because, you know, health concerns and whatnot. So I've been like suppressing it. We've just been having a normal relationship for the past like 5 years. Yeah, only in 2023 I had an epiphany because I found like a YouTube video of people talking about feeders and how awful they are, and I just went like, you know what? I'm not awful, and I'm tired of hiding. F you, f everyone. I'm done. You all suck. And I decided to start drawing weight gain stuff, and I started publishing it. I was like, you know, f everyone. I'm tired of hiding. Of course, I'm still a little bit worried of doing weight gain stuff outside of like my bubble. My oldest clip was in 2024. So I started Feederit in June or July of 2024. For weight gain, I'm pretty new. Again, I've had this fetish for as long as I remember, but actually being in the community, it has been somewhat recent. Let's see, Hobo said, yeah, we actually used a site called Fan Art Central a long time ago, moved to Anime Expansion, which I think originally called Misty Stuffer, don't look it up, as some okay, controversy due to the page owner. Okay, but yeah, Flying Suit Reiko and everything were really big back then. Wow. Hobo, one day when I have like the balls to talk about weight gain, I will be asking if you are okay with doing an interview where we talk about the past of the weight gain art. It's actually pretty dope. There's at least 6 artists I knew who were on Phoebe. I'm pretty sure Metal Overlord is still on there. Cool. I just used Phoebe for dating. I was searching for someone, normal quote-unquote partners. I don't know, it just didn't feel... There was something missing, you know. Everything was great, but there was just always something missing, and I could not pinpoint what it was. Then my ex before Wide Landwell, he had like a different kink. I shared the kink. It was like bondage and submission and stuff. So we shared that kink, and it was so much fun when we had like kinks that were similar. But then stuff happened and we broke up, and then I was like, okay, I think this gives me an idea of what I want. So then I actually decided to go for weight gain because it's always been a kink that I had. Would love to. I've been on a few weight gain interviews, podcasts, and part of some. Really? Hobo? Send me the links? I had no fucking idea. Again, I apologize for not knowing a lot of you guys and a lot of veterans. It's just, again, I'm kind of new to the community and I had no idea. Because there's probably so much content and people that I couldn't find on YouTube and stuff that talk about weight gain, and I would love to see those accounts. Lauren said, I've been on and off with Phoebe and Gromer. I stopped using Phoebe when I got my partner, because I just went there literally in search for a partner to have. Because I was in that time of my life that I really wanted to have someone. I've been single for so many years in my life, and I really wanted someone, so I went on Phoebe. It took a while, but then eventually I found Wide Landwell. In this case, he found me, and we just vibed ever since. And I'm just like super lucky to have found him, because I'm not an easy person to, despite maybe on stream I'm seeming, you know, some way. I'm not an easy person to deal with sometimes, and I have like a lot of stuff to deal with, so it's not easy. Not every person is able to deal with me, and is able to deal and stay with me for so long. It's quite surprising, so I couldn't feel luckier by having him. Boba said, oh, I guess it's not on YouTube anymore. Then I will ask about it sometime. Me and Shady Blues are pretty close. Don't know who that is though. I feel so bad. People tell me about names and I'm like, I don't know who that person is. I should know them, but I don't know who they are. I feel such a horrible person for not knowing. But either way, it's actually pretty cool that you guys know so many people. It's insane. And you probably also have to be like have a verified YouTube channel for like 18 plus as well to be able to find them, because some are definitely like labeled as 18 plus. Oba said, Goku to the Z. That sounds like someone I should know. As a legend too, but he did a big of a giantess. Oh, they would gain a furry art though, so if that's not your thing, then nah. I do like giants though. I actually do like it. It's not like my main thing, but I do like it. Essentially, he does male and female art, mostly female. Understandable. I'm like the same. Mostly male art, sometimes female. It's similar but the opposite. I'm glad I was able to be here and talk about lore, Feederism, FA lore. Yeah, I'm always happy to talk about it. I just don't talk because I don't know much about it. I actually need to go back, be right back again. I used to use this motto like back in the day. I mean, in some videos I still have it. Oba said that back in the 90s we talked about 3Bs, or beauty. So we called male boobs still boobs, not boob though. Makes sense. Moves are more transparent, boobs but belly. Though we love to make calves and ankles and arms a great asset on techniques to learn on. The 3Bs, yeah, honestly I think that legs and arms are fucking underrated. I love fat arms. Just when they like sag and they get all wibbly wobbly. It's just so fun to play. I love it. It's so underrated. And legs, I mean, the way I draw legs, some people say it's unrealistic, but I just love when you are so fat that your leg overlaps your feet. I just love that. It looks just so good and just so... It looks so stuffed. Despite being legs, you just look stuffed. You look like you're so huge that even your feet get overlapped. How crazy is that? Do people like that? Yeah, because people say it's unrealistic. But I saw someone with those legs on the 600-pound life. Kova said, Fat Orange Horse is the Virus 17 art. Is your borders? He was also legend back in OG days. Virus 17 was his name. Oh, his art has not changed in like 20 years, but I like it. Wow. Even Horse is an OG or knows OG people? This is crazy. I don't know no one. My guy, I've been to the old pet art forums in 2027, 28. Jesus Christ. Oba said, yeah, I mean, he was a comic artist and like part of the big moment there was over 100 of us on a small website back then. It was pretty great that people actually chat and talk about stuff. Man, I actually do want that so much. But at the same time, I don't want the commitment because, again, not to keep saying the same thing over and over. I would love to talk with so many people, but at the same time, I'm like, what would I even talk? Just weight gain and how your experience was? That's what I low-key want to do. I'm like, just want to go to someone and be like, hey, so how this happened? How did you find you liked weight gain? How long have you been in this community? I love to ask those questions. I said, well, things were different back then. It was the early 2000s, 90s. Yeah, I was going goo goo gaga, and you guys were on those chats talking with each other. I was just going goo goo gaga. Basically, I can say that I was on the DeviantArt part of it, but not really active on it. I just saw some art of it, and I will try not to look at the art. Hobo said, I'm just glad to know you, friend. Oh, thank you, Hobo. I'm glad to know you as well. You and everyone that joins on the stream, it really means a lot to me. And it's always so fun to know about the past of the community and like how it began in terms of like art and stuff. It's just so fun. Yeah, but maybe one day when I have like the courage, I'll see if I do some videos regarding like the weight gain artist part of it, and I may ask Hobo and other people that were in the community on all those years ago for additional information. Something so interesting, like how things were back in the day and like how things have changed, and I don't know, I always find it so interesting. Because again, some people like delete those interviews from like years ago because they don't like to be associated with it anymore, or they moved on, or just need to bonk them because of terms of service. There's actually a few videos about weight gain, like interviews and stuff, that it was taken down, like it's gone. I would love to. Morphs and screen cap edits were wild back then. I don't know. What are... It's like, it's so familiar, but I'm not... Like, I don't know what that is. Like, it's so familiar as if like, I heard about it before. But for some reason, I don't remember what it is. Wattpad and the story part of the community was thriving too back then? Oh, I imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine. Screen cap edits are when animation or TV shows were taking and someone will draw over body parts and will make it great or like... Oh, okay. The fuck was... Is it a stick? A leash? Oh, that's kinky. That's kinda sus. Orange said morph is usually go to editing tools to make bodies seem bigger. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Because I use the morphs actually. I still use the morphs to animate. For example, this bully was kind of made with morph. With this, we came to the end of the clip. Feederism and weight gain are topics that I usually talk on stream, so there are probably even more clips where I talk about these things. So if you want to catch up some of my Twitch clips or see me live, you can watch me at twitch.tv Feederit, or if you just enjoy some artwork, I am on DeviantArt, Blue Sky, and Twitter. And I will probably also be going to For Affinity, because, you know, I like to expand my horizons, not just expanding bellies.
Hamburger.
So I hope this video was entertaining for all of you, and with this said, I hope to see you all the next time. Bye bye.